Yes, everybody. So we are back for today's session. Like yesterday, I think I was the last topic which I was doing was your situation number 11 and 12. I believe. Now in situation number 11, especially if you go to situation number 11 in your book, the hard copy if you have, you go to situation number 11. If not, then you can watch it on the screen sharing, which I have just done with you. On this, you will see this is page number 22, right? This is page number 22. On page number 22 of this booklet of situations, in which the situations are, each and every situation is explained. After the first page, which I showed you yesterday, was a list of the situation, list of all the situations, certain situations. But now the elaboration of each situation is given in this booklet. In this booklet, you will find situation number 11, urgency. Urgency on page number 22 of this booklet. Page number 22 of this booklet, you will find this situation urgency. Like yesterday, I remember I told you one thing, that situation urgency and distress, there is a lot of difference between that. So what we see, the situation we do not require immediate assistance or attention can be defined as a condition concerning the safety of an aircraft or other vehicle or some person on board or within sight do not require immediate assistance. In urgency, like yesterday also, I remember I told you this thing. But again, today, as per your notes, whatever I told you, whatever I tell you in the class, will ultimately find it in your notes. You can tally my statement which I made yesterday regarding urgency situation with the notes which you have now. Now, I also told you, I remember yesterday, these situations cannot be defined, and it is the pilot who decide the severity of the situation and transmit message as an urgency call. Now, the pilot in command or the commander of the aircraft at moment of time, he is the person who will rather decide the severity or gravity rather of the situation, and accordingly as per his confidence or as per his ability, he will transmit it as a pen or a mayday. If he thinks he can really come out in this situation and effect a very safe landing, and he can look after the safety of the passengers, definitely he will give a pen and try to do his best. Sometimes if he is not confident, he knows that whatever I do, it's not possible for me to take this aircraft and put it down safely somewhere, then he may transmit this as a mayday. So discretion is of the pilot in command, that he will transmit it as a pen or a mayday. Any situation or in any condition, he can decide what is to be transmitted. But there are certain conditions in which the pilot's decision does not matter. Irrespective of the situation or confidence of the pilot, there are certain situations which I had elaborated in the list yesterday. That is, one is rapid cabin decompression. Whenever a rapid cabin decompression takes place, at all times it is considered as a mayday. You have to transmit it as a mayday sign, a mayday call. And we cannot now, the decision of the pilot does not come here or does not count here. He has to have no option. Whenever there is a rapid decompression, he has to transmit as a mayday only. Secondly, whenever there is an engine fire, yesterday also I told you, engine fire on the ground or in the air, any location, anywhere the engine fire has to be necessarily transmitted as a mayday. No option for a pen in that with the pilot at all. Thirdly, whenever an aircraft unintentionally, unknowingly, or rather without any intention, if you entered a prohibited area or a restricted area, and you realize then your mistake, the blunder which you made of entering a restricted or prohibited area, sometimes it may be a defense area, whatever. So when you enter a defense area or a prohibited area, other than defense, also the areas can be prohibited, not necessarily defense areas are prohibited. Other areas which are like, I can give you an example of a prohibited area for the flying is prohibited, like Rashtrapati Bhavan in it's not a defense area, but Rashtrapati Bhavan is supposed to be a very VVIP enclosure, so that we cannot fly in that area. Rashtrapati Bhavan or the Parliament House and all these certain structures, we cannot fly on these. These are all prohibited areas. Suppose by mistake you happen to fly on these areas, then also it is considered, although the engine is not on fire, although there is no rapid complete depression, but in this case, whenever you are over a restricted or prohibited area, and you realize that you have done a mistake of coming over prohibited area, immediately the pilot in command will transmit it as a mayday sign and tell him and tell the authority that by mistake or by oversight he had come in the prohibited area, right? So one thing is very clear now in urgency or distress. This is the format, transmission format. There is no need for you to now stress much on this. We will, when we do the transmission in your question paper, we will go as per this format. But what you must remember here is, whenever you want to transmit a urgency, the call will be pen. Actually, pen. Actually, this pen, PAN. In India, or maybe for transmission purposes, it is pen. But actually, it is, it's small abbreviation for the word pen, PANNE. PANNE, pen. Pen word is a French word. It comes from a French word, pen, PANNE, pen. And but we don't transmit it as pen. We say pen. This is treated as one word. Pen is treated as one word. Although there is a break in between pen and pen, but it is a negligible break. We speak out at one time. We don't say pen, not that much of gap. We say pen, like that. Pen. Repeated 3 times. Actually, the repeated 3 times means we consider this to be one word, pen. We speak out in such a way that it sounds, there is no difference between pen and pen. Pen. So actually, when you listen to me now, I transmitted this word in single pen 6 times, but in a group of 3. Pen, like this, repeated 3 times. Pen, see here. Pen, 3 times. Okay. Now we are going for the format, but this is the call. Like whenever your message starts with pen. That means you are transmitting an urgency message. The ATC, or whichever facility is listening to you in the ATC, knows that you are now transmitting an urgency message, right? Next, we go to the distress condition. Again, distress condition also same thing. Does not require, which requires immediate assistance, attention, can be defined as a condition of being threatened by serious and or imminent danger of requiring immediate assistance. whenever there is an imminent danger to the aircraft, maybe safety of passengers and lives also, and where you require immediate assistance, then it is known as a distress condition. In urgency, there was no immediate assistance. In distress, there is immediate need help you require. Again, but they put a small clause in that these situations cannot be defined. It's a pilot who decide the severity of the situation, transmit the result. Even distress also, if the pilot is very confident that really he is so confident like that he does not require any assistance or so, he will just make a perfect landing and he will manage to rather save the aircraft and passengers' lives. Or so, if it is he's so confident enough in his ability or the circumstances which are in his favor, then he may transmit it not even as a mayday, and he may transmit it as a pan because he has the option to transmit pan. But some of the situation derivative should be treated as a distress condition. This should be always distress condition. This there is no option for pan. Cabin pressure reduces, aircraft structural damage, aircraft enters in permitted area, engine on fire. Engine on fire. Actually, first we had discussed the three things. This aircraft structural damage. Now this is not elaborated. Aircraft structural damage. This is conditional. How much damage? You have about it. It is just hit on your tailplane, on the elevator, maybe a small damage. Then yeah, definitely you are not going to lose the passenger's life. With the safety of the aircraft is not hampered that much. So this is conditional. Structural damage. Your wing has a big rupture, or the wing just broke somewhere in some big quantity, or some on the wing root there is a crack, something like that, which will really put the aircraft out of control. Maybe that can be taken as a distress condition. So this is the conditional, but these are not conditional. Cabin pressure always mayday. Structural damage depends on the pilot in command. If he thinks it is too serious, then mayday. If not, then pan. Maybe entered in private area, definitely a mayday. Engine on fire, definitely a mayday. Okay. If there is a distress condition, transmit a message to the station with a mayday call repeated 3 times. Like pan was repeated 3 times in a group of 3, 6 times, but in a group of 3. Similarly, if you have a distress condition where you require immediate assistance by the ground, you will say mayday, 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 mayday 3 times. Okay. Now we are not going in the format, but I'm just telling you one important thing to be noted in this: in case of a distress urgency, transmitting a message on the frequency which is you use instead of emergency frequency 121.5, switch to 121 only if asked by station. Right? Yesterday we had a discussion on. Yesterday only I told you the international distress frequency or emergency frequency is 121.5. See, that thing has come here, but they are saying you should transmit on 121.5 only and only if you are asked by the station. Asked by the station, yesterday I told you, if it is given in the question paper, then transmit on 121.5. Then only you do that. Otherwise, don't do it. Otherwise, whatever frequency on in use, okay, no need to transmit on 121.5 unless asked by the question paper or asked by the station rather. Okay. Now, lastly, we will go to the next situation as per our we can say as per our list of situations. Is the last situation in our list of situations of 13 situations. That is situation number 13. That is visual approach. Visual approach, in your booklets you will find it. It is on page number 25 and 26. You will find it. And in visual approach, actually, it is not a. I don't consider it to be a situation like when you can come and land at an environment 2 ways. One is with visual reference to the geographical terrain, like I told you that day, and that is if you are flying VFR, and that also suppose you have flown instrument flying, and finally instrument flying at high altitudes is good because visibility is bad. You can refer to the instruments and fly, but you never stay up always. You always descend, come down to land. When you come down to land, definitely as you come lower to Mother Earth, you will always get the more and more visual references. So sometimes when we come over the viewer, or sometimes when we see the runway is inside, suppose we can see the runway inside, then why should I go for an ILS approach? If I go for an instrument approach, I have to go over the outer marker, turn around, go to the outer marker, come to the middle, then inner marker, and all. It is a cumbersome process and it's a lengthy process. Okay, and that will waste a lot of precious fuel. So to avoid that, then a visual approach can be effected without using the instrument. So why not to do a visual approach? That's better. I'll come in for a straight in landing, but I must take consent of the ATC. The ATC is the authority which will really authorize you to come for a visual approach. Visual approach, there are certain conditions to do visual approach. So you should be able to see the runway. You should be always in your side, and at all times this should be in your sight. You should be able to see that whenever you're at any stage in the visual approach, the runway should not go out of your sight. There should be no clouds like a dense cloud. You can see the runway just now, and by the time you take a turn and align with the runway, the clouds come in between you and the runway. You can't see the runway. Not like that. Always the sight of the runway should be there. That and the pilot should be very confident that he'll be able to complete his total visual approach till he lands without having the IMC. Now, what do you mean by IMC? Instrument meteorological condition. IMC, instrument meteorological condition, is the conditions should the visibility should not at that suddenly drop below 1.5 kilometers. That will become then VMC, visual meteorological condition. This is IMC. IMC is associated with IFR. VMC is associated with VFR, visual flight rules, visual meteorological conditions. Instrument flight rules, IFR, instrument meteorological conditions. Okay. So in instrument meteorological conditions, there is no clause of visibility. So no visibility is required. You are doing visual approach. So you have a clause of visibility. That's minimum 1.5. But if the minimum 1.5 reduces more below, then you come in the IMC condition where visibility is not a criteria, but you are doing visual approach. So visibility for you is a criteria. So you will not wait till the situation deteriorates. Sometimes when we come to land in Delhi, especially in Delhi in the winters, somewhere in November, December, and peak of course December and in January it's a very terrible time in Delhi because of the fog, dense and heavy fog in Delhi. We always see that we can see the runway from sometimes, but when as we come lower to the low level fog, low lying fog, which is very thick near the surface, we just come down to 30 feet and we cannot see the runway at all. 30 feet up, we could see the runway, but it is just the other way around. 30 feet, 25 feet when we come, we can't see the runway at all. This should not be the case if you're doing visual approach. Runway should always be in sight. You should never lose sight of the runway, right? So this were your important 13 situations. We will elaborate on this situation. We will go more in details when we apply them practically in your question papers, right? So before really going to the question paper, one more important thing which I want to tell you is now I have in your notes I've given you a list of abbreviations. Now I'll just share this screen with you. Just find it in your notes. You must have all got a list of abbreviations in your notes. It is totally comprising of approximately, I believe, I will tell you, it comprises of about 12 pages. 12 pages. It comprises of 12 pages. You will all find I have sent you a list of abbreviations, and by looking at this list of abbreviations, what we think it is too much to study or so much to study, but no need to worry. Actually, this list of abbreviations is prescribed by WPC for RTR exams. You know, this is the RTR exam WPC abbreviation list, but no need to get disheartened. Recommended abbreviations and symbols also for RTR examination. Following abbreviations and symbols may be used by examinee while writing his answers in RTR exam. Just like I told you in the previous first class, maybe that you will have to, even in the demo class, that while giving this exam, you will transmit and receive with the examiner, and at the same time you will write, you will maintain a log sheet. I will of course teach you when we do the question paper. I'll teach you how to maintain the log sheet. No issue on that. But remember, you will have to maintain a log sheet. In this log sheet, you will have to write whatever you transmit or whatever you receive, which is given by the examiner. Now, sometimes the what we call the clearances given by ATC or rather the examiner in your case are so lengthy that you will not be able to write them. Like suppose the examiner says cleared for takeoff, after takeoff turn right, intercept radial 319, or after intercept radial climb to flight level 50, then further climb to flight report reaching flight level 350, resume normal navigation. See, he's doing like this. You cannot copy, na? It's in such a speed. You can copy his clearances only and only when you write them in short. So to write in short, suppose he says cleared to take off runway. So you write cleared CLRED. Your abbreviation CLRD, and somebody else's abbreviation is CLR. Somebody else writes abbreviation CLD. So everybody has his own abbreviation of a word. But that's why WPC says that we do not recognize the abbreviations used by a candidate. That's why they have given you the list of abbreviations approved by the WPC for a for RT exams. Whenever in RT exams these words come across, these are the abbreviations. Suppose the word comes ABIM, you will write ABM. For ABEAM, if you write any other abbreviations other than ABM, they will give you 0. Then about ABOUT, you will say ABT. Above, ABB. Aircraft, abbreviation is ACFT. Now, normally we write A oblique C. This also is correct. Either you write this A oblique C or you write ACFT. Both are correct. You can write LIC. Now, aircraft, if you write ACRFT, if you write, that is, you only understand your abbreviation. WBC does not recognize this abbreviation. They recognize only those abbreviations which are prescribed by them on their website. This is a list is available on their website also, WBC website. So these abbreviations starting from A and they go up to B, C, D, and so on up to Z. It's a very long list of abbreviations, but don't get disheartened. For your convenience, what I have done from my little bit of experience, what I have for past so many years, the examinations and all that patterns of WPC, I came to know or either realized that actually all these abbreviations which are given in their list really never appear in the exam. To date, for past so many years, nearly a decade and more, they have never appeared. So if you end up by hearting all these abbreviations, it will consume a lot of time and waste of energy on your part. So for your convenience, what I have done, I have pinpointed certain abbreviations, and in my spare time with you, just now you keep the list of abbreviations as it is with you, no issue on that. And later on, I will just pick out the abbreviations which are really important. You just put a cross or just put a tick mark on that. And when you finally from A to Z, the tick marks, when you count totally, which are really to be learned by you. Other abbreviations you can just forget that you never saw them. No issue. Just forget that they will never appear in the exam. Only relevant examinations which abbreviations which will really appear in the exam, that I will ask you to tick mark from this list. You just keep on tick marking in your hard copies and only learn those. They may not even, these are 100, more than 100 or something abbreviations, more than 100, 150 abbreviations given in this list from A to Z. But when I have bifurcated this and I have just made it very short, like only important, I will tick mark for you, and that will be, if you total the sum, it will not be more than 3 dozen, hardly 36, 35, 36 abbreviations to learn, and that you don't by heart them. Once you start looking them in the log and keep in practice, automatically they will memorize. Okay, right. So we keep on going to this place, see all these so many abbreviations, but there is no need. I will just tell you which are important and you just take mark. Okay, later on. Right. Now, as we continue in this list of abbreviation, you see it is going, it will go up to Z, and once it will finish up to Z, these abbreviations not there. Z, there is no abbreviation at all. In Y also there is only one abbreviation UR, and this is not important. Like all these abbreviations, I will tick mark and make your work very less. Like you don't have to buy at all these abbreviations. Only relevant ones you just learn. Okay, these symbols. Of these symbols, maintaining this symbol, climb this symbol, descend. See in the exam how short. If it says clear to descend flight level 50, there is no need to write clear full. Just write the abbreviation. Just now you will see for cleared is CLD. Just write CLD. Cleared to 2. There is no respect for grammar, so don't write 2. Clear to descend. No need to write descend. Just put an arrow down. Clear to descend. This. Just put an arrow. Clear to descend. Cleared and one arrow. Cleared. 2. There is no 2. Cleared. Descend. Put one a downward arrow. Symbol. Downward. This is downward. You're descending. Downward arrow and just write 50 on the right side. Just write 50. When you are just decoding the abbreviation, what it becomes? Cleared to descend flight level 50. This is descent side flight level 50 and CLD means cleared. Cleared to descend. Right. This in this short way you will write whatever the clearance the examiner is giving you. Now it will seem a little difficult to you, but it is not difficult, it's quite easy. These symbols are all important. You will have to memorize all these symbols. They are all important. In this, there will be no tick marks. These are all important. Tick marks will be from A to Z that I will tell you. Class. Then, this is the salt specimen. Like see, this is unabbreviated. This whole conversation is unabbreviated. This is normal. I mean, see how much the matter is. Nearly 50% the matter is reduced. See, after AFTER, AFT, departure, such a long thing. Departure DEP, climb CMB, 3500. Straight ahead, There is no need to say straight ahead, or just put a straight arrow, 3500. Okay, 3500. Then turn left. Don't write turn left, just TL. Then cross radial. Don't need to write cross. Cross abbreviation is cross. And then radial. Don't write RADIAL. Radial is RDL. All these see. Less, the symbol very important. I said less than, and this is the symbol for more than. Okay, and a symbol, then abbreviation for resume normal navigation is RNN. RNN is resume normal navigation. Then abbreviation RLCE means request level change en route. See, such long sentences can be made short with the help of abbreviation, and these are the only abbreviations in the list which are recognized by WPC. If you write even shorter than that, yeah, that will become your own abbreviation, and they will give you no marks for that. So you have to strictly stick to this abbreviation list. I will just pinpoint the abbreviation which has to be memorized by you. This is a specimen. So this is just a solved specimen, just to give you an idea how the abbreviations can reduce the matter. Okay, no need to memorize this, but yes, symbols you have to memorize. Then one more important segment before I go to the question paper. These are the legends and abbreviations. Now, in this legends and abbreviations also, I have tick mark the important ones. All are not important. This again in the next class, I will just tell you which to tick mark. So this also you can mark. This also are reduced. These are not full. Okay, don't worry about this long list also. Okay, then we come to this is page number 11. Page number 11. When we come, you see it is written here. This is very important. This whole thing is very important. You can write it important just now if you have the hard copy. This is airline designator and flight number as call sign. See, the first is Air India. Designator is Air India. Flight number AI 768 as call sign. Now, when the question paper, if you say, they will write, you are pilot in command, you are flying from Delhi to Kolkata, and you are pilot in command of AI 768. The moment they will write here, there AI 768, they will not write Air India there. They will write AI 768. AI stands for Air India, and the designator of the call sign is Air India. So when you call the examiner, you will say Air India 768. Air India will remain same always for Air India. Only thing is flight number will change. Sometimes it will write 101. Sometimes it will be flight number 202, 207, whatever is indicated in the question paper. Call sign is Air India or airline name Air India. Airline name is Air India, and the call sign also is Air India. When you call the ATC to identify yourself, you will say Air India. Air India, but this Air India word will not come in your question paper. In your question paper, will write AI. So you must remember AI stands for Air India. AI stands for Air India. All right. Similarly, of course, now you will be rather surprised. We are talking about Indian Airlines still. Indian Airlines is non-existent now. It has merged with Air India, right? You all know that. But in the question paper, still they sometimes ask you the call sign of Indian Airlines. Airline name was Indian Airlines. And in the question paper, they'll write IC435 or IC. This is the flight number. IC. IC stands for Indian Airlines. IC, Indian Airlines Corporation. ISC actually it is. But as per DGCA, the call sign for RT is IC. IC means Indian Airlines. Indian Airlines call sign is India Air. So when you call the examiner, you will, in this case, you say India Air 435. You read in the question paper IC, but you translate it as India Air. IC is whose call sign? Indian Airlines call sign. And the call designator is India Air. India Air 435. And similarly, this also Alliance Air also was a subsidiary of Indian Airlines. This is also now not existent, but still it may come sometime. Any one of these call signs may come in the question paper still. I cannot say which one. Can come. So you have to memorize all these call signs. Alliance Air. Alliance Air, designator is Allied. In the question paper, it is written CD455. This is the flight number. Suppose it is written CD. In the question paper, it is written 505. Then it is CD 505. Then you will call Allied 505. To the examiner, you will say Allied, because Allied is the designator. These designators are the call signs by which you will call the examiners. They are the name of the airlines, and these are the indications which you will get in the question paper. Of course, the flight number will change. Other this indication you will take. Jet Airways, which is coming back now to us. Jet Airways. Jet Airways, always in the call sign, flight number of Jet Airways is Niner Whiskey. Niner Whiskey 444. But when you call the examiner, because the call sign is Jet Air, Niner Whiskey stands for Jet Airways. Niner Whiskey stands for Jet Airways. The call sign is Jet Air. Jet Air 444 or Jet Air 478, Jet Air 356, whatever the flight number given in the question paper. Again, Sahara, again, non-existent, but they may ask you. S2, wherever it is written S2, stands for Sahara Airlines, and the call sign is Sahara itself, and the flight number you whatever given in the question. Then again, Deccan, Air Deccan. Actually, the full name is of the airline is Air Deccan, but in the question paper they will say DN. DN stands for Air Deccan. Deccan, you will say Deccan 141. Deccan 141. Right. Similarly, you go to Kingfisher. Kingfisher is not existent now. Again, it is the IT10. IT stands for Kingfisher. So you say Kingfisher 108, Kingfisher 108. Wherever it is IT written, IT stands for Kingfisher. Kingfisher 108. And wherever it is G8 written, it is for Go Air. But you will not say Go Air 128. You say Go 128, Go 128. Similarly, SpiceJet. SpiceJet, wherever it is written SG, that means you are a pilot in command of SpiceJet flight. SpiceJet flight. Spice 3, 5, 2, 5, depending upon the question paper, flight number. Then Indigo, like I was telling you yesterday also, Indigo 6. 6E is the, as per the airline, 6E stands for Indigo. 6E stands for Indigo. The call sign is iFly. iFly 10. iFly. I mean, out of all these call signs, this is the best one, I believe. iFly 102, iFly 102. Next is IX. IX stands for Air India Express. We don't say Air India Express 425. We say Air India. India means Air India Express. IX. Wherever in the question for IX, you know it's an Air India Express flight. Wherever in the question paper you say 17. I never heard myself in this airline. It came, I don't know how many years back, but it is now back. But still they are sometimes using the WPC people are still call sign. I don't know why, but they are using this. 17 stands for Paramount. Paramount is Paraways. You will just say Paraways 450. And lastly, W5 for Mahan Air. Mahan Air 825. This also I never heard. As far as I remember. But anyway, since these are all call sign, out of this, any one call sign you will get in the question. If you are not getting any one of these, then sometimes they may also give you the just the aircraft registration mark. Okay, the registration mark sometimes they will give. Okay, so it is very important for you to know all this. And now phrases. These are the phrases. Now see, let me know that you received and understood. You don't say an RT. You don't ask, tell somebody, have you copied my message? Have you received me understood my message? No, you just say acknowledge. And if you have received your message, he will not say yes. He will say affirm. Permission proposal. Suppose the ATC says your takeoff, I permit you to take off. You can take off. They say they will not speak. They will just say approve. Approve means permission granted. Okay. All these are important phrases which you have to memorize. In this also, I have marked certain phrases which are very important, which will come in. So one session tomorrow, or rather on Monday, I'll keep you all. But presently, you don't memorize anything. I'll tell you on Monday what are the important ones. You just take mark in your notes and just memorize them. See, like very often I see in your chats which you give to. Sometimes I just was going through and your chats which you give on the group also sometimes. So in that sometimes for me just to just say, you also say Roger. Roger means what? I have received all your transmission. Instead of saying yes, I have received all your transmission, you say Roger. Now yesterday it was there. Repeat all of the following part of your last transmission. Yesterday you said, "No, I could not copy." So what to do? Say again. You'll say again. And suppose you are going very fast while speaking, you can say speak slower. And suppose you want to tell somebody, no, wait, I will call you later. You'll say stand by. Now now if you want the confirmation of some information, then you will just say verify. Check and please let me know and confirm. Let me know. You will not take a long sentence. You just say verify. Then Roger means what? Roger means I have received your last message. Roger, okay. Roger, okay. And I understood your message and will comply with it. Sometimes the ATC may want you to copy a message and do as per the ATC requirement. You will definitely not go against the ATC. You will comply. So instead of saying Roger, if you say in any sentence, if the ATC has asked you to do something, certain things he may ask you not to do, but just to understand and keep it to yourself. In that case, you can say, Roger, I understood. Roger, I received your transmission. But in certain cases, he may ask you after departure, turn right. After departure, turn right. Here you can't say Roger. After departure, turn right. You say Wilco. Wilco. Wilco is a short word. Wilco comes from the word will comply. Will comply with your instruction. It's a long thing. Will comply. Will comply means Wilco. We also say Wilco. This is one new word for you today. These are, I will mark the important things for you as the now we'll go for a break of 5 minutes, and today itself we will go to the question paper. We'll do question, try to do today. We'll start solving the question papers right after this.